everyone! Today we're making Carob cupcakes.
The ingredients you'll need for today is 1/4 cup of sugar. We're using muscovado, but you can use anything you have.
3 tablespoons of peanut butter. Any peanut butter will work, but today we're using
Homemade. I made it earlier. And then we're going to need 1/4 cup of mashed bananas.
A teaspoon of aluminum-free baking powder.
And then right after that, you are going to need 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda.
1/4 teaspoon of salt. Today we're using Himalayan salt, but any salt will work except for black salt.
Yes, very true. Then next you'll need a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then 1 tablespoon of Roma coffee, or rice coffee or soy coffee will do.
And then 2 tablespoons of Carob powder.
And then right after that, the next ingredient you'll need
is the most important thing
raisins.
ever.
Raisins, a handful of raisins. Depends how big your hand is.
If you don't have raisins, you can use blueberries or chopped nuts.
And then you'll need 1/4 cup of water, and then 1 cup of all-purpose flour. Alright, so to get started, you're going to need your handy-dandy sifter, and then you're going to measure your flour into your measuring cup. A cup of flour, yes, all-purpose flour. I usually make this with oat flour.
But any flour would work.
Yes.
No, all-purpose.
Yeah, this is all-purpose, but oat flour I prefer. But yeah, we're using all-purpose today.
And this is where you add your baking soda, baking powder, and then don't forget your salt. Don't add black salt.
Yeah, no black salt. And then you're going to add your coffee. We're using Roma. Then you're gonna put next some Carob powder.
And then don't forget your sugar.
Yes, don't forget your sugar.
And just sift.
You see all these lumps here? It's the sugar, because I use muscovado, so the sugar lumps. So that's okay, you just dump it in. It'll melt in the oven. Alright,
and then you just mix it all up together, just like this.
Yep. Just mix it all up, that's well combined.
And then make a little hole in the middle and add your mashed bananas. And just don't forget to scrape everything out. Especially on the peanut butter.
Yep. So next we're adding in our homemade peanut butter. We made some earlier.
But store-bought peanut butter will do just fine.
Yep. And then we're gonna add in our vanilla.
Whoa!
That's a little bit too. That's okay. We don't mind a little extra. And then next we're going to add in
1/2 cup of water.
Yes. So usually when I make it with oat flour, I don't need to add in extra water. The 1/2 cup that does just fine. But when I'm making it with wheat flour, it usually tends to be drier than the oat flour. So I add another 1/8 cup of extra water. That way it won't be too dry. You have to get the right consistency, because if it's too dry, it won't turn out too wet, it won't turn out either. So just stir
mix.
Get all the lumps out. Don't over mix, by the way.
And this is the most important part ever.
Yes. So you're gonna grab a bowl.
We almost forgot.
Yeah, we almost forgot to do this. Grab a bowl. You add 2 teaspoons of flour, or you can use oat flour, whatever you're using. And then you're going to add in your raisins, or say you're using blueberries or craisins or your chopped nuts, into that flour. And then you're going to toss it.
Toss it just like this. Toss.
Yes, toss. And then you're going to strain it, the extra flour. And so this way, it won't go to the bottom of the pan when you're baking it.
Just dump it all in and fold it up.
Yep.
And make sure all the raisins are separated.
Yeah. So you just fold it in and don't stir it in, or else you're going to lose all your air bubbles. Next, you're going to grab your spoon and then spoon it into your molders, or your muffin tray or muffin tins, or whatever you're using. you'll probably need to add some muffin liners or grease your pan before you add it if you're using a muffin tin or a muffin tray. So yeah, and then I'm going to put my muffins into this little pan, but if you're using muffin tray, you don't need to do this. Since I'm using silicone muffin, so I have to do it. You could add some sesame seeds on top,
or flax seeds,
or whatever you want to add in. And then you're going to put it in the oven on medium-high heat for 10 minutes on the lowest rack, then another 10 minutes on the higher rack. Okay, here you go. See ya. Okay, it's been 10 minutes. Now we're going to switch it. Ow, 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 it's hot. Why is it hot? Move it up for another 10 minutes. Alright, so when you take it out of the oven, you're going to need your wire rackling thing, and then you're going to take the muffins out of the molder, but if you're using a muffin tray, you do not do this or else they won't come out. And so I like to do that so the bottoms don't get soggy. So there you go.
And what we like to do before it cools off is add some carob chips on top, and it melts and it's so good.
Yeah, it usually takes 10 to 15 minutes to cool down.
And there you have it. Delicious, healthy carob cupcakes.
Enjoy, everyone!